All right, welcome back here to round number 1 of 4 at Modern Mondays, hanging out in Guardian Games in Portland, Oregon. We are catching the third game of Andrew versus Jay. We've got some Rakdos mid-range. Rakdos, probably good stuff. Almost like, I feel like I'm so used to the rock being green and black, but I feel the nomenclature has changed, and I need to let go of my boomer ways. And maybe this is Rakdos Rock versus Jay on Green Tron, which usually when your opponent mulligans, a lot of people are like, "Oh, sorry, man. Like, hope you get a better six." I feel like if we're all being honest with ourselves, we're like, there's a small amount of joy that happens on the inside when your
Hope you
opponent
get
mulligans.
the worst possible 3.
Yeah, like I hope you have kind of a crappy hand and then lose a card, so I'm up 2. But Tron, when they mulligan, there's no sense of relief. You're almost like, fuck, they're
No,
gonna have it
you're
for
like
sure now.
they're a good Tron player. Yeah, you need to see the mulligans to know that they're like an extreme quality Tron player. And if they keep the 7 after they've mulliganed down to 3, you might as well just concede.
All right, lead on a mind into Sphere. Did not have a turn 1 play for Andrew. I'm wondering if this means we're going to get a turn 2 Voidwalker, which can be really sweet if you can follow that up with a couple hand disruption spells. Because then you might be able to get to play the first card. Looks like chat was shouting out our boppin' theme music. Do love a good jam. All
Okay.
right, we do have the Voidwalker.
That's the start. That's the start to a dream. Get the Voidwalker on the table, discard the Karn, live the dream.
And I guess we could have green mana for Veil of Summer on Jay's side. That would be a way to kind of crush the dream.
Okay. So Andrew playing kind of the quote scam deck. Wow. So Jay just had Tron just straight up wrapped up here.
Whoa.
With all 3 Tron pieces in hand. Andrew is going to grab the Worm Coil. That said, from among the things you want to hit in Tron, Worm Coil's pretty medium.
All right. But, I mean, a 6/6 is coupled with the grief that got rebirthed, is going to be a 3-turn clock. All right, we are looking for a threat on Jay's side here. And I think there are 2 Veil of Summers. A little late to the party.
Jay just absolutely ripping through the deck at this point. Desperately looking for Karn Liberated. Ugin. Actually, Ugin wouldn't be that great here. Probably Karn Liberated or Ulamog could be good coming up here.
All right, dashing in a Ragavan. And turning the table sideways.
Wow, Jay's going to break the star in combat. What do you think Jay's looking for busting the star in combat here?
Maybe we're playing like the removal spell that counters the sorcery, Warping Well. That could be something that we're digging for. I don't think we hit that. But we're thinking about stuff. Jay definitely giving either a good bluff or some thought there. Do see a Karn that is getting exiled.
And it looks like Jay's getting hit for 11.
We just, let's see, we had a Thoughtseize. No, we didn't have a Thoughtseize. We just griefed and stuff. I don't think we've taken any damage as Andrew. We just gained the 6. All right.
Okay. Karn the Great Creator. If you're on Jay's side, I imagine you're just trying to get an ensnaring bridge down at this point.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right. I was very much having the advantage bar for Andrew, but the bridge definitely changes things.
So
Andrew's going to get...
Andrew does have a K command in hand.
Oh, okay.
But we're still 1 mana off of casting it.
Not if we dash this Ragavan. We're going to get a hit with the Ragavan, so that'll give you the treasure to cast the K command.
Good point. Okay, we already had it.
Okay.
Wrapped up. That should be game then. So destroy the artifact 2 to J, swing in, and that'll do it.
Wow, we've plowed through these matches here.
Yeah, that was
really quickly,
very fast. Yeah. So Andrew's gonna get it with Rakdos midrange. Looks like maybe more like the scam version of Rakdos midrange. Definitely the 4 Fury, 4 Grief.
Yeah, with some Malakiri burst, etc. What do you? Does that deck have a name?
Scam.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. You're giving me a straight face right now.
No. That's my understanding is that is like actually what you would call the archetype. When you're doing the 4 Fury, 4 Grief thing, and you're also looking to either, you can have like the Mardu version with Ephemerate,
okay,
or if you're using the black spells that also give creatures Undying. My understanding is that archetype is known as Scam because you're trying to scam them, trying to just get them out of the game with a quick elemental recurred.
Maybe I like that. I'm still unsure. But yes, Chad has noticed that we have been. It's been a while since we've been here. In fact, it has been 1 month since we've been here. Not because we didn't want to be, but because there's this thing that we're all currently living through, this like pandemic. And sometimes you can get COVID, and I got COVID, and I was down for the count for a couple weeks. Ian was in a box truck with someone that had COVID for like, I don't know. You were
7 hours?
7 hours for 2 days, so like 14 hours in an unventilated box truck. And we were going through...
Somehow did not get COVID.
Yeah. So we took a break when Ian was exposed and sure that he had COVID, did not. Then when the day we were getting ready to come back, I had felt shitty that weekend and took a test, and then I had COVID for real, and so then we took another 2 weeks off. So apologies for not bringing you our content here from Guardian Games, but that's what happened.
And I always thought, I stayed off social media. I thought I'd never be one of those people who would have something that lives on the internet that makes them look stupid. And boy, if you look back in the Portland paper archives and find before the COVID pandemic, when things were like starting to look a little bit weird, can you find me saying that I think that COVID will probably last maybe 2 to 3 weeks? And boy, did the comments lay into me, and were they right? Yes, they were.
Yeah, I definitely remember that stream because that was like when it was first in the news, but nothing had shut down. Some people were like thinking about masking, but there weren't mask mandates. But some people, that was when everyone was wearing gloves more than masking.
It was still just in Washington, too, as far as we knew.
Because masking didn't work, but gloves did back then. And so there was some comments about people not wearing gloves and just like how safe we were being. And Ian was like, oh, it'll blow over in a month. Little did we know, 2.5 years later, here we find ourselves.
still going offline for a month. Oh, boy. What a life.
But yeah, we're going to have normally scheduled programming. We're actually out next week because Ian and I are going on vacation together. No, we are not romantically involved. We are just friends. Ian's, in fact, married, even though it is Portland. We're strictly on the platonic bandwagon, but we're going on a rafting trip.
But we will be sharing a tent.
Yeah, it's true. We're going on a rafting trip next week. But besides that, we should be around most of the rest of the summer on Mondays, barring, us getting COVID round 2, which I hear that can happen after 2 or 3 months. Who knows? Do the commentators have any thoughts on Phil Knight buying the Blazers? You know, I'm a pretty like avid. Well, maybe we don't need to bring politics into this. Uh, I like the Blazers, and I think it's cool that someone that has a whole bunch of money that apparently cares about sports and doesn't mind spending money bought the Blazers. Ian also works for the organization as a doing video, and you directed this year, right? Or were you
Not for the Trailblazers.
Okay.
I run camera for Trailblazers broadcasts. I don't have a super strong opinion on that. To me, I'm like at that company level where, happy to have the bills be paid. I mean, I'm happy they're turning a new leaf. I'm pretty ambivalent. I try and like stay a little bit out as a fan and kind of more in as a employee.
A strong union job, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
Comrade.
Barely. Barely.
All right. Well, I think we got the clock started a little bit late, so there's not 19 minutes left, but we're going to bounce out here, throw on a jam, and then return shortly with 3 more rounds of modern Magic the Gathering coverage.